and gentlemen, this is Daisy Mae's first video. Watch this. I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to take this striker, and look at that. Look at that nice acetylene flame. Yeah, baby. It's coming out of the wrong side. Now, can see. Okay, go ahead. Yes, it's okay. The robo boot is protecting me, and
ladies and gentlemen, this is my beautiful girlfriend, Daisy Mae. Say good morning.
good morning.
Mayon buntag. Mayon buntag pod means good morning to you too. And Daisy just finished explaining to me how to test the specific gravity of lead acid batteries. So let's go over here to the battery box. As you can see, I keep my batteries painted so that I don't make a mistake with the plus or minus. Plus I can also see if there's any kind of leakage from the battery plugs that hold that you open up to put water in, the battery caps. And when I take the battery caps off, I put them in a bucket filled with water so that it dilutes the acid, and if it goes on my hands or my pants, it's a lot less. I basically wash the caps each time I use the battery, each time I take the tops off to do this testing procedure. Now today I just purchased a new apparatus. Please hand me that. This is a Philippines hydrometer, but it doesn't say hydrometer on it. What you need to do is you need to follow the instructions on the back. There's reasons for that, but one reason is you cannot add water before 2 days before you test the battery, and you cannot charge the battery for 2 days. And then plus it tells you in the back whether the battery is good and how to test, how to either add acid or distilled water, because that's what you want to use. You want to use distilled water. So we have our distilled water there, and we have our hydrometer, which looks like a giant turkey baster here. So this, Daisy, you will come over here. Let me show you. This is the stinger for the hydrometer. This is the hydrometer itself. When it comes out of the box, this is naturally has no water in it. Fill it up with put some water in there, wet it down before you put the parts together. It makes it easier to work with. And then this, at the top, this turkey baster comes on and off, and you'll see why in a moment. So I'm going to put this together, and then we're going to test one of the cells, and then I'll tell you whether or not that cell that we test is okay. All right, you got it, honey?
Yeah.
All right, so remember to read the instructions. You might not think it's important, but it's important that you follow the procedure. Otherwise, you won't know if the battery is working or not. So what I do is I just take a stick like this, and I test the depth of the water or the acid. In this case, it's about 1.25 inches. It's okay. Now remember, everything you put inside that battery, everything that gets wet has acid on it. Put that on a separate piece of cardboard and throw it away. So the hydrometer, now that the tube is wet, the hydrometer goes in there, and the stinger goes on the bottom. Okay? Now you put your turkey baster plunger up on top. There's a little lip on this test tube, and there's a little lip inside the turkey baster. Okay? And it goes like that. Now you'll back up a little bit. And we're going to test the specific gravity. And what we're looking for when we fill up this tube is to see if it stays in the green, the white, or the red. Okay, this says that this battery is good because it's in the green. and I can tell you that I have not charged up these batteries in about a month. So that means it's working. The battery is okay. It's a battery tester. The acid level is okay. And then to get the water out of there, you pull the top of the turkey baster off. I'll show you that again. Make sure it's locked up on top. Squeeze it down fully and pull it up. Okay, it's in the green. You squeeze it back down. Pull the top off a little bit so that it gives you, releases the vacuum. And then put this back on. And be careful where you put this, because now this has acid on it. And what dropped off the bottom of this is acid. So that's how you test a battery for the what would you call it, to see if it's a good battery or not. And then it'll tell you whether or not it needs to be recharged or you need more acid in the battery. So thanks for watching our videos, and thank you very much, Daisy May, for explaining how to do this. Couldn't have did it without you. You're the best. Number one.
Salamat.
May sapayan. Okay, I will push this button here, and we will.
Ladies and gentlemen, look who is that. Michael Fazio. Working.
What we're doing here today is battery maintenance. The terminals on the battery got a little corroded, and therefore the number 2 battery was probably not being charged. So when I went to start the machine, it started, but didn't start like I wanted it to start. So I took all the terminals apart, and we're going to clean the base of the terminal and the crimped terminals that mount onto the base with the wire brush and kind of sandpaper disc. These are very old. I had them from New York, from probably the 1950s actually, these discs are. So they're no good for the machine. They're too hard, and I don't have the attachment, and they have better products now, so I just use them for sanding odds and ends. So you want to get this polished so where you can see shine. You're going to take off some of the oxidation, and then you're going to take off some of the metal. But if you see on the bottom, that's preventing that it's not shiny. It's preventing the contact from making contact, and therefore that battery wasn't being charged up, and the machine was rough start. Alright, so basically you get it shined up like that. You can use sandpaper or you can use a wire brush. Now for the base terminal, the stud on the terminal, best to use a wire brush, and always go in one direction, so you're pushing any debris that might have acid residue on it. You're pushing it away from your face. You could do back and forth, because I just cleaned these batteries, but I would like to tell you it's best to push the wire brush away from your face. And you need to do the positive and the negative, and also the ground. Today we're doing all the contacts for the whole battery system one at a time. So that's today's project. I want to show you where I'm working and how I'm working and why I'm working is on this machine. And my robo boot just got hung up. We still have the robo boot apparatus. It just popped off while I was working, but the robo boot is working well. I dropped that wire brush on my foot before, and I'm glad I had the robo boot on. So God day to everybody from Michael Fazio and
Daisy May in the Philippines, baby.
Okay.
That's
now you push
right.
the button.